Hi, my name is Olaf. I'm the Code Coach, and today I would like to look at why functions should have one responsibility. The way to do that is by us looking at an example. Here we've got a function that does two things. It's called getEmployeeSalaries. It's taking an employee's collection, and we can see that it is working out as acquiring the salaries, getting the salaries using the salary lookup for each employee and setting the salaries property. And then using the salaries property that we've just that's just been set, we're adding that up into a payroll variable. So here we've got a payroll variable initialized to 0. So the first employee is Alice. We're looking up the salary for Alice. It's $60,000. And then in the line here, we're adding $60,000 to the payroll. So payroll's now $60,000. We come around again for the second employee. Employee is Bob. We look up Bob's salary. It's $40,000. And then the payroll is incremented from $60,000 from what we had before from Alice by another $40,000 to make $100,000. So this function, getEmployeeSalaries, doesn't just get the employee salaries. It's a little bit of a misnomer, so we can see there's already some issues there, but it's also determining what the company payroll is. Right. Why is this a problem? When we have multiple responsibilities, the way we've just seen, it reduces the opportunities for reuse. If we had the responsibilities separately, then we could use them without reference to the other responsibility. When a function has two or more responsibilities, it is also harder to understand what is actually going on. It's getting a bit confusing, as we had up there with that little method function where we were working out a couple of things, acquiring the salaries, but also working out the payroll. Getting a little bit more complicated. And it's easier to introduce bugs when there are multiple responsibilities. When we're trying to make a change in one responsibility, we might inadvertently introduce a bug in the other responsibility when it's all in the same function. What's the solution to this conundrum? Why don't we create functions that just do one thing? This is what I've done here. Of the previous function that was doing a couple of things, I've extracted the separate things, the separate responsibilities into separate functions. So the population of the employee salaries is done in this function here. We're still taking in a collection of employees, and we're using salary lookup to get the salaries, assign them to the employees, and we're done. That's all it's doing. It's not working out the payroll. The payroll is calculated in calculate staff payroll, where we are taking the employees again, and we're declaring a payroll variable, initializing it to 0, cycling through each of the employees, adding up the salaries as we go, which is this plus equals, and then returning the payroll. So here we're not setting the salaries, that's already done, and we're just determining what the payroll is. And last but not least, when there is certain workflow to be done, that can also be considered just doing one thing. So getting the staff payroll where we need to have determined or retrieved the employee salaries. We're doing that here, and then afterwards we're calculating the staff payroll, which is the second function. As long as we do these in individual functions, it's actually okay for us to do these one after the other. But if we have it all split out and in a great amount of detail, then it is less clear. So this is a function that just ensures that one happens before the other, and we're doing a bit of workflow. Right. I hope that that was helpful in explaining why functions should just do one thing. Thank you very much for watching my video. Bye-bye.